Here comes the second lesson for today. So after going through the sound, sounds of alphabets and words in English language, we need to look at the speech and its parts. Speech, the way somebody communicates, the way you express your feelings, the way you express your thoughts is speech in any language. So let's look at this. The eighth part of speech. The speech is the expression of or the ability to express thoughts and feelings by using articulate sounds. What am I saying? Speech is the expression of thoughts and feelings by using articulate sounds, or I can say speech is the ability to express your thoughts and feelings. Is that taken?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Then the next thing we're to look at there is the first part of speech, which is noun. Noun. We have been taught that noun is the name of any person, animal, place, or thing. Yeah. A noun is a word that names a person. A noun is a word that names a place. A noun is a word that names a concept. Take note of that, please. Concept. A noun is also a word that names an object. If I give you a sentence like, he is such a workaholic, can you repeat that sentence? Yes, I said he is such a workaholic. Now, have I mentioned any noun or any name of somebody in that sentence?
No.
Okay, I've not mentioned any name, but there is a noun there, which is workaholic, because I called him that name. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Yes, calling him that name. What name did I call him in the sentence?
Workaholic.
Very good. So that workaholic now becomes a noun. For example, if I just say, oh, he's such a jerk, Jerk, he's such a jerk. That means I'm using jerk as a noun. Okay. Basically, anything that names a thing is a noun. Whether you are talking about a basketball court, San Francisco as a noun, Cleopatra, or self-perseverance as a noun, or preservation as a noun, self-preservation. So we say these are talking about naming things, naming places, naming concepts, and naming objects. So you know that noun is not necessarily there to be in the name of a particular person, but it's just what you use to name a thing or a place or a person or an object in a sentence. So the next thing we're to look at here is pronouns. Yeah, pronouns. That is provision for nouns in a sentence. That is replacing noun in a sentence. So pronouns are the words you substitute for specific nouns, whether the reader or the listener knows when the reader or the listener knows the specific noun you're referring to. Now, let's take this as an example. You can say, that place needs to come back. So you might say, Jennifer was supposed to be here at 8. Then you follow it with, she's always late. Then you follow it with, next time I will tell her to be here a half hour earlier. Now, if you did not use pronoun in that sentence, then it becomes Jennifer. You use Jennifer's name 3 times. It becomes Jennifer is supposed to be here, or Jennifer was supposed to be here at 8. Then you will still say Jennifer is always late. Then you will say I will tell Jennifer to be here. Next time I will tell Jennifer to be here a half hour earlier. But instead of having to repeat Jennifer often and often, you use the word pronoun. Use the word what? You use what to replace noun? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, use what to replace noun? Use pronoun. So you might say, you now say Jennifer was supposed to be here at 8. Then you say she's always late. Instead of repeating the name Jennifer, then you use the pronoun she. They say next time I will tell her to be here a half hour earlier. So instead of using that, so that will be correct. Then the next thing we're looking at is adjectives. What does it we're looking at?
Adjectives.
Very good. Adjectives are words that describe nouns. That's simple. They tell us, they qualify the noun. Tell us the noun that you are talking about. Think about your favorite movie. How would you describe it to a friend who has never seen it? You might say the movie was funny, engaging, well written, or suspenseful. So when you are describing that movie with these words, you are using adjectives. So words like funny, engaging, well written, or suspenseful, all of them are what? Adjectives. An adjective can go right before the noun it is describing. For example, you say, I have a black dog. So take note of this. Without a noun, there is no adjective. Can you repeat that?
Without a noun, there is no adjective.
Yes, without a noun, you can talk about adjective because the job of adjective is to describe a noun. So when there is no noun, then there's no need to be talking about adjective in a sense. So, I have a black dog. A noun there is dog. So I need to know, is it a brown dog? Is it a white dog? No, it's not a brown dog. It's not a white dog, but a what? Black dog. So the adjective is there. So I could replace the adjective with another qualification of a dog. Maybe, tall or big dog or whatever dog. Now, or fat dog. But it doesn't have to, the adjective doesn't compulsorily have to follow the noun. It could be anywhere in the sentence, so far it is correct. So, what if you say something like, my dog is black? My dog is black. So, there is a word between the dog and the black, which is the noun. I mean, the black, which is the adjective, and the dog, which is the noun. Yes. So we'll move to the next thing, which is verb. Verb. Yeah, verb. Words like go, be amazing, run as fast as you can, win the race, congratulate every participant who put in work and be competed. So the word go, I said bolded because it was bolded in the previous text. Now, the word go, be amazing, run, and win, or even congratulate, or, put, all of them are verbs. They are verbs. They are words that describe specific actions. Verbs are words that does what? Describe specific actions like running, winning, being amazing. Verbs are describing action. So that's why we say verb is an action word. Anything people can do is a verb. People can sleep is a verb. People can stand is a verb. People can talk is a verb. You can walk is a verb. You can, anything you can do is a verb. And one thing you can know how to identify a verb in a sentence. If you see a word, is it a verb? Yes, if it has past tense or present tense. For example, if I give you a word like table, table is a noun, of course, because you can't tell me the past tense of a table, But if I give you a word like run, you can change it to run, ran. Are you getting that? So every verb must have past tense, must have present tense. We're going to look at that in the future. Now, not all verbs refer to literal actions that people can do. Are you with me?
Yes.
Just like not all nouns refer to the name, say noun is a name, like a board or writing material. But, noun can be a situation. You talk about the weather condition, the weather is a noun. But talking about verb now, we say verb describe actions like running, writing, eating, and so on. But not all verbs actually refer to literal actions. There are some verbs that refers to feelings, that refers to state of being, like to love, to be. These are known as non-action verbs. So conversely, the verbs that do not refer to literal actions are known as what? Non-action verbs, or you call them non-transitive verbs, intransitive. We're going to look at that in the future as well. Like I said, we are going to look at transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. So the next thing we're to look at here is adverb. Adverb. An adverb is a word that describes an adjective. Hold on. So it describes an adjective, or describe a verb, or describe another adverb. Adverb describes an adjective, describes a verb, or describes another adverb. So here is an example. I entered the room quietly. Now, quietly is a word telling us how I entered the room, because the verb is enter. So without a verb or an adjective, there cannot be an adverb. Just like I said, without a noun, it cannot be an adjective. Now, without a verb or an adjective, you can talk about adverb, because the adverb is trying to describe a noun. It's trying to describe a verb, or describe an adverb, or describe an adjective. So, I entered the room quietly. So quietly is describing how you entered the room. The enter is the verb. Here's another example. A cheetah is always faster than a lion. Always is describing how frequently a cheetah is faster than a lion. Faster is an adjective. You understand?
Yes.
It's an adjective. So this adverb now is describing the adjective faster. So is that taken now?
Yes.
Now, can you tell me which word describes a noun in a sentence?
Adjective.
Adjective, very good. And what is the job of adverbs?
Describes an adjective.
Yes. Describes an adjective, describes a verb or another adverb. Okay, here we talk about preposition, because these are the basics of grammatical composition, grammatical structure. If you get all these ones quite all right, we move to tenses. And if you get the tenses also, then your spoken English is going to be great. It's going to be great. Now, preposition. Preposition tells you the relationship between other words in a sentence, between two nouns or pronouns. Preposition tells us the relationship between other words, but mostly it tells us relationship between nouns and pronouns. For example, I left my bike leaning against the garage. In this sentence, against is a preposition because it tells where I left my bike. Bike and the garage. Bike and what? The garage. So what is the relationship between the bike and the garage? Is the bike inside the garage? No, it's not inside the garage. Is the bike outside the garage? We never can tell, but it said it's leaning against the garage. So I left my bike leaning against the garage, not behind, not inside, but against. So leaning against, that against is the preposition there. Here's another example. She puts the pizza in the oven. Yeah, we have two nouns there. The noun pizza and the noun oven. So, what's the relationship between the pizza and the oven? Is the pizza on top of the oven, beneath the oven, beside the oven, or in the oven? So, it's in the oven because without the preposition in, we don't know where the pizza is. Is that okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's very good. So preposition shows the relationship between a noun, the pronoun, or two nouns and pronouns. For example, if you want to give me something, I say, put it on the table. Yeah, there are no two nouns there, but there is a pronoun and a noun. The pronoun is it, and the noun is table. So I say, put it on the table. The it is pronoun referring to what you are holding, you want to give me, and the table a noun. So the relationship between them now is in, I-N-E. Now, the next one we look at is conjunctions. Conjunctions, yeah. Conjunctions make it possible to build complex sentences that express multiple ideas. And if you're going to be good in essay writing or speech delivery, you need to know how to make use of conjunctions very well, because we use it to build complex sentences to express multiple ideas. You could say, I like marinara sauce. I like Alfredo sauce. I don't like puttanesca sauce. Each of these three sentences expresses a clear idea. There is nothing wrong with listing your preferences like this, but it's not the most efficient way to do that. If you're writing an essay, for goodness sake, you're writing an essay, you say, I like marinara sauce. I like Alfredo sauce. I don't like puttanesca sauce. Your examiner will get you quite all right what you are trying to tell your examiner, but in a nutshell, there are better ways to present that. Consider instead you say, I like marinara sauce and Alfredo sauce, but I don't like tomato sauce. Now that looks more presentable and more professional than the first set of sentences. So with that, you are making your speech more professional when you make use of conjunctions. In this sentence, and but are the two conjunctions that link your ideas together. So, and finally, we're going to look at the articles. The articles. A lot of people find it difficult to know when to use a, or when to use they, or when to use an. Now, look at the sentence. A pair, the brick house, an exciting experience. A pair, the brick house, an exciting experience. So these underlined words are known as articles. They are called articles. Like nouns, articles come in two flavors: definite articles and indefinite articles. Like I said like nouns. When talking about nouns come in different kinds. So we're going to look at it in the next lesson by the grace of God. Talking about proper nouns, command nouns, different kinds of abstract noun, concrete noun, different kinds of noun, countable or uncountable nouns. So, but like nouns, the articles come with different flavors, which is the definite and the indefinite. Look at the word definite. If you're talking about definite, that means you know what you are talking about. If you ask me, you just say, hello, please, can you send me the link? Yeah, that means there is a previous conversation between us, then I'm able to know the link you are referring to. But if you just message me and you say, can you send me a link? I'll be asking you, what link? Which link are you referring to? Are you getting that?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So if you say, can you send me a link? I'll just send you any link which will lead you to anywhere. It could lead you to some songs, it could lead you to some videos, it could lead you to some documents, it could lead you to any page on the internet. But if you request and you say, can you send me the link? That means there is a particular link. There's a definite link. You are. So that's the difference between the and a. Article the and article a. Is that taken?
Yes.
So And just like the two types of nouns, the type of articles you use depend on how specific you need to be about the thing you're discussing. A definite article describes one specific noun, like the and this. THE and THIS. So if you are referring to something, so I'm talking about this, or I'm talking about that one, this one, or the something, the particular something. Example, I say, did you buy the car? That means we have a previous discussion about buying a particular car. So you're going to answer me, yeah, I bought it. No, I haven't. I haven't. Then if you swap an indefinite article and say, and I just said, did you buy a car? Yeah, that means I'm not referring to any particular car, in question. So see how the implication is done. You are now asking a much more general question when you use the article a. Yes, when you use the article a than when you use the article d. So let me ask, do you understand the concept that I've explained today? Hello? Oh, I think she needs to try to join again. Okay, so those are the concepts that we have described today. Let's go over them one after the other and see what we have been looking at since a couple of minutes ago. Under the lesson 2, said there are, the lesson 2 is that we have to look at the part of speech. So there are 8 part of speech that we'll look at. First one we'll look at noun, that is a naming word, and it goes beyond the name of a particular object or person or place or thing. It goes across the name of ideas or concepts. Then the next one is that pronouns. Pronouns are used to replace a word in order to make our sentence more presentable and not much confusing. Then the third one is adjectives. And by that, we will be coming to the end of the class for today. Thank you very much for being a part of this. Thank you.